Alright, hey what's up you guys, Gavin here. Today we're looking at a pretty awesome subject. It's not music or movies per se, but it's definitely something interesting. So yeah, mandalas are what we're looking at today. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing we're talking about are the geometric patterns. Pretty much geometric patterns they're talking about. But yeah, so as far as geometric patterns go, usually mandalas are like these circles. They have, they're religious based, and they are very spiritually welcoming, if that makes sense. Not to say that they necessarily draw in spirits, but they're like healers of some sort. If you've ever come across a dream catcher, you've probably been introduced to a mandala. Yeah. Alright, so mandalas. These things, there's like, I don't know if you could see them. Let's see. Shut down the lighting a little bit. If that helps. There you go. See, that's what a mandala is. I used to have a notebook that was a little better at showing, but there you go, there it is. See? You can kind of see the design. They're very, very, very unique. And if you've done like psychedelics or have experimented with any of the recreational substances that are out there nowadays, you probably have had a conversation about a mandala once in a while. So, yeah. Alright, so the next thing to talk about are portals. By that I mean that usually these mandalas are kind of like, they don't necessarily conjure spirits or anything, but if you have them around the house, they're kind of like portals, or like ways for souls to kind of find peace in a way. Usually spirits that aren't at rest can find rest through mandalas. They're just they're healers, pretty much. That's why they're attached to like dream catchers and such things. And if you don't know what a dream catcher is, pretty much a dream catcher is like something you hang over your bed or in your room or somewhere around your bed to keep away from having nightmares, and pretty much just make sleep and I guess the atmosphere that you sleep in better and less, I won't say harmful, because that's not the right word for it, but just it brings ease, pretty much. So yeah. Alright, so the next thing I'm talking about is sacred geometry. Now, sacred geometry is a really it's not gonna really make sense, especially if you're like a skeptical person. But we're gonna dive in. So pretty much, sacred geometry is like, if you've ever seen like an embryo or like a Venn diagram. We'll start with Venn diagram because that's probably more familiar. It's just, there's two circles that overlap each other, right? So the idea around sacred geometry is that everything is, all of the space in between all your material things is made up of sacred geometry. And things like webs and just if you look around your room, you'll notice the sacred geometry, especially like with shadows or maybe your basket's like overlapping. It's let me show you a picture of what I mean by sacred geometry real quick before we go. But yeah, if you ever see anything like this, you're very in tune with the universe. The universe is kind of like giving you a sort of shout out, I guess, or some kind of hint at something. This is what it looks like. See how it's closely related to the mandala? Let me get a little closer. Camera. But yeah, it's like, that's just a slight example. Here's another one. It's very trippy to the unseen eye, and usually people aren't like super into it. It's really trippy, and if you've ever done like, sorry for the kids out there, if you've ever, but it's about to get kind of adult rated here, but if you've ever done acid or LSD or mushrooms, you've probably experienced the full force of sacred geometry. So yeah. Alright, so the next thing to talk about are the connections. And by connections, I think that pretty much is kind of like wrapping everything together. You know, geometry, portals of soul, sacred geometry. I guess by that, you know, the geometric patterns are very closely related to sacred geometry, and sacred geometry is kind of like what everything's made of. So, being that there are souls, you know, unseen souls and unseen sacred geometry, and you know, these portals for the souls, it's like that, you know. It kind of it cleanses your soul. For instance, dream catchers, they cleanse your dreams, they cleanse your body of like free radicals and almost like anxiety. So when you have a mandala hung up, and you know, if you feel like your house is haunted or something, it'll draw in the soul into the mandala, and it'll cleanse it. As far as demons go, that's another subject we'll talk about later. That's something else. It's not really, souls and demons aren't really one thing. Actually, yeah, I'll talk more about that later on in another video. If you want that video, give this video a like and leave a comment, and I'll see what's up. Okay. So last thing we're talking about is consciousness. I guess consciousness and mandalas kind of go hand in hand a little bit. I guess consciousness is like, you know, a projection. You know, your mind is projecting, you know, kind of like that saying where if you give good, good will come back to you. You know, what goes around comes around. So like, if in your mind you've become very spiritually grounded, and you know, you've come to an understanding of what life is and what that means to be alive, and you know, all these things, you know, you might come across more mandalas because your mind is so in tune with, you know, everything that's around it. And by that I mean like sacred geometry and things, not so much like material things, although once again another projection of your mind. More mandalas will come around because that's just the type of things that your mind is attracted to. And yeah. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any other suggestions for movies, music, games alike, leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. And pretty much to sum it up, I guess, because I can't really rate mandalas. I guess if you're having nightmares, or like you feel like your house is haunted by like a soul, not like an unhuman entity or something, I suggest getting a mandala and maybe hang it up in your house. Even like the mandala calendars, you can hang those up. Maybe a dream catcher if you're having nightmares. They should help. But yeah, Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.